All right, welcome back. Voters in both the U.S. and Canada, they're feeling the strain of the cost of living. Both countries, the salaries, they are stagnant. Economy is up. Well, not up, it's inflation's up. Economy's down. Very similar. What we're seeing up in Canada is we are seeing here in the United States. And there's also an election up there. Justin Trudeau is trying to save his face as prime minister. Meantime, you've got this election. We're less than 30 days away here from Americans going to the polls. I want to bring in Michael Charbon. He's the host of the Charbon Report, does a great job, always very concise, giving us Americans the ins and outs of what's happening north of the border. Tell us right now, what is the biggest issue? I know there's a housing issue right now. The cost of living up there, at least 2 million Canadians, they've gone to the food banks for food in just the last month. What's going wrong here up in Canada?
John, before I answer your question, I just want to talk about the unreal conditions and death and hardship that Hurricane Helene has done for North and South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. Canadians are heartbroken and disgusted at the lack of the American federal help. We admire the independent, incredible Americans who are mobilizing themselves, fellow citizens, American citizens, their own helicopters, bringing in truckloads of food. I mean, I watched Carl Higbie on Frontline. This is a guy who was a frontline disaster relief worker. His frustration, his disgust, his palpable sorrow. I encourage Canadians to donate to the American Red Cross like I did to help our neighbors. Americans are the most charitable people. Anytime there's a global strife, a disaster, America is there with their military, their might, and their money to help rescue other people. And today, Canada, you have to help our neighbors to the States. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing and shocking the way impeached Alejandro Mayorkas talks about FEMA potentially running out of money. Anyways, I'm sorry, I just wanted to say that because we feel our hearts go out to our friends and family and loved ones in the United States. And I encourage Canada and Canadians to make a real concerted effort to donate. To your question, I'm sorry to digress there for a second.
No, in fact, I'm glad you touched on that because that's one thing Canadians do very well is they help out when the need is there. And we see that time and time again. They take in people, they throw money out to help people. And we're really not seeing that right now with what's going on with this hurricane effort. And we have another hurricane coming here this week that's going to hit Florida. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen there? Well, back to you. I'll let you go.
No, we're talking the same thing. I think that's important. Let's talk about the similarities between America and Canada. It comes down to kitchen table realities, John. It's income versus cost of living, taxes, interest rates. It was reported that this Canadian carbon tax that Trudeau put in is going to cost Canadians $34 billion. In America, the Biden-Harris administration, they've cost a 40-year high in cost of living, where the average American family is spending $709 a month more than 2 years ago. We as Canadians share concerns that Americans have with our social safety nets, our hospitals, our food banks. They're all in critical condition. Illegal immigration, asylum seekers, the threat of terrorism, and the rampant anti-Semitism that comes with that. And let's talk about punishment relating to crime, soft bail, prosecutors. We want to stop foreign aid to other countries. We have all these elements, and we also address and are concerned with the deterioration of certain traditional moral values. That's why Canadians, particularly with Pierre Poilievre, who's leading by about 23% in the polls now,
23%.
has had 2 votes of non-confidence.
Wow. 23%. He's up that much against Trudeau?
On the average, it depends who you talk to. I mean, if you talk to a liberal left wing, it's only 16, then we're getting it. If you talk to some of the others on the other side, I mean, polls are polls. But the bottom line is people are feeling that we have to have a realignment. We need common sense. I mean, even Europe, look at Italy's Giorgia Meloni, as an aside. She was elected as a right-wing politician to lead Italy and stop the immigration problem. Guess what? 64% reduction because of tough borders. Other countries, France, Poland, Greece, Belgium, Finland, Netherlands, even Germany, for goodness sakes. People are moving right. We need common sense realignment. We need to reel in the spending of our government and keep the money to the taxpayers who are paying here. And there comes right back again to what happened to Helena. What the heck is the federal government doing? I mean, this is where we're all looking at. We're kind of going, hello? And people are saying, oh, Donald Trump is, vulgarizing politics. That's because he says stuff that people are thinking, and politicians are afraid to. I'm getting upset. People are afraid to say. It's going to happen. Get out and vote.
I love getting Michael Charvon fired up here on a Sunday. It's fantastic. Interesting, though, what's going on and how the parallels between these two countries. I mean, they're so closely aligned. They're so connected. We're the biggest trade partner here with Canada and the United States. All of this has a domino and a ripple effect. And you've mentioned that what happens down here is happening up in Canada, and it's going to be, people are going to make their voices heard come election season.
When America sneezes, Canada catches a cold. John.
Exactly. 100%. You nailed that. Real quickly, just your thoughts, vice presidential debate. Do you think that moved the needle for voters here in America? I know you're up in Canada, but what was the takeaway there for Canadians that were watching this?
You're looking at the next president after Donald Trump. What is J.D. Vance going to do? How is J.D. Vance? You look at the parallel between Vance and Waltz. You see a confident guy who's hitting all the marks. He's calling those moderators to task. I mean, does it really move the needle? I think so. I think so because what J.D. Vance does, he's a moderator to Trump, who's very bombastic and big. But the bigger message here, ladies and gentlemen, is you're looking as a vice president of a guy who's going to run in 4 years for president. And who's he going to pick? Is he going to pick Elon Musk? I mean, I caught that thing with Musk in the speech yesterday. That's huge. Yeah. So, yes, I believe it made a difference. Yeah,
Musk being there, I think, especially what he's doing with Starlink and trying to get the help to those people that are affected by this hurricane. I mean,
God bless Elon Musk.
Billionaire, and he actually does care about this country. It was a big, strong message there. Michael Charvon,
America's next Einstein.
You're exactly right, 100%. We got to leave it there. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you coming on. That's going to do it here for Sunday Report. Thank you so much for watching. Sunday Agenda starts right now with Lydia Serrani.